And now, for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical, your outlet to let us praise or vent on all things that in the end really don't matter. I'm one of your hosts, Dave Shock the MoKE, MoKE. I'm here with AlexaMKE. How you doing, Alexa?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing good. How you doing, Dave?
Fantastic. It's been too hot. I'm in air conditioning. That's all I can tell you.
I'm in the AC, too. I know that we've been having some weird weather because it's like really beautiful. Like last weekend was gorgeous, and then it gets hot, and then it's just crazy. But good weather for the fair. I understand. Did you go to the fair, or did you not go to the fair?
Yes, I went, and I was one of the fairest of the fair. You know,
were you one of the fairest of the fair? Now that's crazy.
In my own mind, of course. Yes, and of course, when you go to the fair, it's always about the fair food, right? I did try a little dipped dough on a stick. I had some monster cookie mix dipped in some peanut butter. There was a Wisconsin Products Pavilion. I had some apple pie on there. They had cedar crest in there. You know, everybody from around here.
All the stuff I don't eat.
Salsas,
salsa I eat. Salsa
right,
I do eat.
And I had to love the guy's name. They had a little thing on him on the radio, so I went by his little booth. Their company is Chip Magnet.
Very good salsa. We've seen him there before. Yep.
Yes. Had some cheese curds, of course. And then, of course, you know, you always get kind of, into the fair and looking around and all that. And we were going to go into get our cream puff, 6 packs of cream puff to go. And we're just walking in the door and we're like, well, there's just a little stuff over here. Let's go over there. So we went over there and we went around. We'll go in the side. And then by the time we got to the side door, it was after 10:01, I think it was 10:01, and we're getting blocked. There's some satellite spots. Will they still have some? Yeah. So we ran down to where we came in. We ran down there. We get in line, and all of a sudden, all the people in front of line, 5 people up, start leaving without boxes, and we're all out. So I was cock-blocked on cream puff.
Poor Dave was all like, didn't get his cream puffs.
My cream puff. My daughter went last night. I think I've got a 6-pack at her boyfriend's house. He better bring them, or there's no more boyfriend. That's for sure. So. So I don't know what the right term would be. Is it cock cream puff block cruff cream cock puff?
It's puff blocked.
Puff. Okay.
You're puff blocked.
Puff block. I'll go with that.
How to shoe blocked? If you want to go French.
Yes. We're not getting that cultural.
So yeah, I know both you and I were talking about going to see Suicide Squad. I haven't gone to see it yet, and I think you said you are going to go see it on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. Has not been getting very good reviews, so it's kind of been a Suicide Squad fail, but it also was a win because they did better than the opening weekend of Guardians of the Galaxy worldwide.
Well, see, I've been doing a block out. I didn't want to hear how good or bad they done. So, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy. My bro from there, our main man's going to be in that new Revenge of the Eight or the Magnificent Seven.
The Magnificent Seven. Yeah, he is. He's and that was a really good preview. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so Suicide Squad, and I guess and it's not a spoiler because everybody's coming out saying Jared Leto's hardly in the movie as the Joker, and everybody was really upset about that. So
that's probably what it is. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing him most of all as well.
Yeah. So that was one of those things. And then what we did do, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, my husband, my daughter, and her husband, we all went to Veloce go-kart track out in Waukesha, right in the old American warehouse.
I used to work there.
That was a blasty.
I've seen some pictures online after you told me about it. I'm like, they have that in there? And you're saying,
yeah. So how they run it is you come in and you pay your $6, and that gives you your license. And basically what it is it's their kind of thing that says this is your insurance.
Right. Waivers and all that.
Yeah. And so you sign your liability waiver or whatever. And a 3-pack was $39. I don't know how much the 5-pack was, but Rhiannon got, she got 6 races. No, it was 5 or 6 races. I forget. But we ended up going on the one track a couple times, on the other track a couple times. They're electric carts, and they go fast. They really do go pretty fast.
But and fast enough for inside of a building, yeah, definitely.
They go really fast, and I I was never a great motorcycle road racer. I was a motorcycle road racer for about 5 years. I was never the best. I was kind of called a moving chicane. I had a blast doing it, but
Sure.
that was well before track days came around, and I would have been a better track day person. But you know, that was our cup of adrenaline. But Veloce is really kind of cool because you can get your adrenaline junkie out. It's not really a race environment. There were a couple of guys who thought they were, you know, at a Grand Prix or something. It's like, you know, get over yourselves.
Guys, yeah.
Well, they didn't like. Well, and they didn't like it that my daughter was really fast. She was at the top of the timesheets for our group almost every time, and then this one ringer came out, and you get these points. They're kind of called experience points, and so she goes out, and she ends up beating the ringer, and he gets out and he goes, "Who beat me? Who beat me?" And you know, Brandon, her husband, goes, "She did." And he goes, "Wait a minute." So on the last race, he had to go and make sure he beat her, which was hilarious. So he could
can't let that lay. No.
Yeah. So he could, you know, so he could.
Track. Yeah, you had the inside. Yeah, many factors brought you to be the winner. Yeah, you know.
Well, you know, the thing is it's like, it's all in good fun. Everybody there is super nice. I recommend it to go in a larger party so that everybody in your race, you know, because we were in a smaller party, so we got thrown in with some other people, and there were these two guys, like I said, they thought they were in a Grand Prix, and they nailed me in the back, so that wasn't too cool, and I was actually pulling over to let them through, and then he goes, "Oh, you should have been looking behind you more," and it's like...
See, that's one of those guys that doesn't do the shopping cart right. He shouldn't have gotten a shopping cart license first.
Yeah, he should get a shopping cart license. And for anybody who is wondering what that is, refer to episode 2. We talked about the shopping cart license.
Come back, yeah.
Anyway, and I just thought that was funny because I raced motorcycles, and the one thing you're taught about racing is you never look behind you. You always focus on what's going on ahead, but you always have to be aware of what's behind you. And it's like, you don't look around when you're racing. You go slower if you look around. I was just out there to have fun. We all had a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. But like I said, go in a bigger group if you can, because they'll put like all 80 out at once, and then you can race against each other and have a good time. You know, there's a checkered flag.
You need a minute to get a feel for it before you get some, you know, balls to drive it, you know, with a little more guts, right?
Oh yeah. And all the carts are a little bit different because like one session I got a cart that just like to break loose, and so I did like a 360 once and had to, you know, back it up and get it going straight, and was running into the walls, and yeah. But you know, then I had one cart that hooked up pretty good, and I got some pretty good times. So it's fun. It's not. Great. Yeah, if you want to go real road racing or whatever, there's plenty of things to do, like the Badger Kart Club, who also must practice out of there because they have their banners. But it was fun. It was cool. So highly recommend it. So I know you wanted to talk about some B movies that are coming up.
Yes. All of a sudden, I hadn't been watching some movies in a while. Finally got into my queue a little bit. One of them, I'll wait for the third one because both of you've seen it now. I didn't know you saw it until we just started to talk. So first one I want to do is just bring up Taking Woodstock. It is about, the ramp up to Woodstock. I don't know how true it is. I really didn't want to go look and try to debunk any of the things I'd seen because it was a very nice indie film. Just the people that are involved in it are to me, just great. Dimitri Martin, you know who that is, the kid with the black hair. Yep. He's that show, right? He's in there. Amelia Stanson, she's Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Okay.
All right, you know, Dolores Umbridge. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, we all know who that is. Eugene Levy.
Oh my God.
Kevin Sussman, who is actually from Big Bang. He's the comic book guy.
Okay.
He's the guy at the comic book store. Richard Thomas. Good night, John Boy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Paul Dano, and I think I know you know who that is, right? That's that character actor. He was in Little Miss Sunshine. He's always got a dark character, Paul Dano. Yeah. He was in 12 Years a Slave, I think, as well. You know,
I didn't see that, and it was supposed to be really good, so I got to set on my watch list. Yeah.
And the breakout to me in here was Liv Schreiber. So Schreiber, after you've seen him be an X-Man, you get to see him in here being a cross-dresser. So
amazing.
you have this big man walking around being cross-dressed, enjoying himself doing that while this is all going on. A great movie, great little indie film. Totally take that out. Sharknado came out Sharknado 4 came out. If you can't embrace the fun of the absurdity and what they're trying to do in those movies, yes, please don't watch it. You won't understand it. But if you want to just say, hey, this is the most cliche movie they've ever made, and it's not about the movie, it's about the cameos. You've got to watch cameos in there. Dog the Bounty Hunter. I mean, there's just people that show up all over the place in this movie, and that's why they're fun to watch. So that was on my Sharknado 4. Now, back to what we do in the shadows. Now, before I start on it, what were the fun things you said you liked out of it?
Well, I really liked the basement scene with the fire inspector. That was really cool. And just like, they're so nonchalant. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is basically a vampire movie. So
there's a big masquerade ball coming up. They're going to follow these people on their journey to building up to the masquerade, and they're all vampires. Now, the first vampire, the oldest one, is Nosferatu, the original vampire that you see in black and white vampire movies, ears and and he's thousands of years old.
Don't do spoilers.
Well, no, but I'm just telling you who's involved in the house.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
then one of the other ones, one of the other four is Vlad the Impaler. So
right.
He's only a couple hundred years old. Then there's a vampire that's kind of like he's from a roadie from a Motley Crue, and he had gotten bitten, but he's a couple years old, 100 years old. And then we've got like a hipster, right? That kind of described the fourth guy.
Well, what struck me about the movie watching it was it felt a little bit like The Young Ones. So anybody our age group who remembers The Young Ones with Rick Mayall and that whole crew.
I'm not gonna do that.
It really felt like that. And it isn't a movie that is like a laugh a minute, but it's so amusing and such a tongue-in-cheek take on a vampire film that they've decided to come out with a second one, and it's going to be about the werewolves you see at the end. So I think that's going to be fun.
That's the key to it. That's one of the things that really had fun with was the werewolves. The first time they're walking by each other, and that guy goes, "Oh, we don't catch fleas." What was that, bloodsucker? What was that? What was that? Oh yeah, you werewolves, right? Yeah. And then he goes, the one guy goes, well, let's just play a little bit, the vampire, and he just puts an empty hand and throws it like you go get the stick. And one of the vampire guys turns around and starts running. Hey, someone go get Joe. Joe, there's no stick. There's no stick, Joe. God, get him back here. So, little things like that this film jumps out of, and Vlad is hasn't been looking good at one time, and because he didn't want to go to the big masquerade ball because the Beast was going to be there, and I'll let that one lie. But so he didn't want to go see the Beast that was the head of the keynote speaker of the place, and so he's like, well, what are you going to do all night? And he goes, well, I'm going to do my dark bidding on the web. And he goes, well, what are you bidding on? A table.
I know, it's really funny, but fall's coming, so we got all the fall shows are going to be coming out. So we got some cancellations, and we've got some renewals. So anything on the cancellation renewal list that you're looking forward to?
Well, again, Right. I mean, again, I'm glad Longmire's coming back. I was hoping that was going to come back, so it's nice to see that. That's something I wasn't. But it is funny how many, when you see these canceled shows, you're going like, what is it? What show is that? And and like, well, no wonder it's canceled.
That's why they were canceled.
But other ones, it's like You, Me, and the Apocalypse. I was enjoying that. I was enjoying You, Me.
But you were probably the only one, so.
There's a couple people, and I like the Carter, from the spinoff from our Agents of Field, Agent Carter. I like that. So yeah, there's a few that are going on, but it just sucks. You get into it a whole year, and you're like, the next, no, next year.
Well, there's ones that the fanboys are gonna be happy they're coming back. Besides Game of Thrones, and there's more obscure ones like Arrow, which if you're a Marvel fan, you're watching that. But The Bachelor's gonna be back. I mean, and Survivor, which I will totally admit to being a Survivor nerd. But one of the ones that I was happy was coming back is Sense8, which is a Netflix property. The premise of it is you have these 8 people, and they can link with each other through telepathy. And there's bad guys, there's good guys, but they're called Sense8 because they can get into each other's heads and help each other with their powers, I guess you'd say, or skills, or whatever.
So there's a symbiotic relationship.
It is a very symbiotic relationship to the point where there's an orgy scene that is just kind of like, whoa. But it is done by the Wachowskis. They've had some shakeup. The scuttlebutt was that it was going to come back on August 8th because that is the birthday of the Sense8s.
Gotcha.
That did not happen. Latest is that it's going to be 2 seasons, and they're going to put one out later this year, and then maybe another one early in 2017. They're going to split season 2 up into 2 like sub seasons, I guess you would call it. One of the Wachowskis have left. Lana Wachowski, who is the transgendered, sibling. I guess they had some, probably creative issues and whatnot, and so thought they had a 5-season story arc that they were talking about. I'm hoping that they run it through, because the Wachowskis are the people who did The Matrix, but then they're also the ones who did Jupiter Ascending. So they can be, anything from the ridiculous to the sublime kind of thing.
Jupiter Ascending, I have to admit, it's not that good of a movie, but I still enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but that's a Tuesday night $5 movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice enough film, but I wouldn't tell anybody to go see it. But I don't want my money back after seeing it either.
Right, yeah. But that's the one property that I'm kind of trepidatious about. But we'll see what happens with that. What other things are you looking forward to with the seasons coming up? Is there anything in particular?
No, like I said, I've got all the Walking Deads. I'm ready for that. I'm the zombie guy, and I can't believe they're doing the Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead at the same time. You're supposed to be putting that, alternating for me, so I get zombies all year long.
I see. This is all about David and zombies.
Right. And then my Z Nation's going to come back, which is fantastic. We've got to talk about Z Nation sometime. And then there was a scene in there about Wisconsin that needs to be talked about from last season. And then there's also iZombie, where it's just kind of like a psych with a zombie. So there's a lot of my shows that come back. I'm going to be fine. I'll be my other half. She's the scandals and the murder. Getting away with murder, so she'll be ready for those when they hit as well.
There you go. Well, kind of a rough segue here, but let's talk about some of our internet adventures. I know that.
Right. Again, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this, in the last couple of weeks or anything like that. A guy jumping out of a plane, 25,000 feet in the air, without a parachute and surviving. All right. So how did he do it?
Well, there's a bunch of guys who used to do this, and they actually had these guys in the X Games, and they used to come and do it in these, basically like the flying squirrel suit.
This guy got one of them.
And, I guess the amazing thing about it is he actually did, pinpoint and land in the net and didn't splat himself.
That's what I'm saying.
But the way they do it in, when they were doing the extreme sports with it, that's been going on for almost, at least 10 years with the extreme sports, maybe longer. I remember seeing it on the X Games, and they took it off the X Games because there's actually a lot of guys who did, kind of unintentionally kill themselves.
Yeah. So, if they had that thing too tight, that guy would have been chunks of meat at the bottom of that thing too, and just strained.
Oh yeah, but with the net, he would have been in a strainer.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, the other thing I thought was interesting is, how you always get those emails about, you've won a lottery.
Don't move on yet. Don't move on yet. Please. I have my little thing here. I did math. All right?
Do your math.
I did my math. All right. And again, I'm putting this out here for anybody. If my math is wrong, I would love to have them check this out, please, and let me know. But I checked the video, and if the video is as long as the actual falling was, that means he went 25,000 feet, which is still 4,000 feet less than Mount Everest, at 357 feet a second, 357 feet per second, at 60 minutes times 60 minutes in an hour. That should be 1,285,000 feet an hour divided by 5,280 feet in a mile, 243 miles per hour average speed he was going. And I'd like to tell them that nowhere on the internet was that done. I didn't see it when I looked for it. So if I've got it right, please tell me. If I don't, let me know.
There, let Dave know because I didn't do this math. I take no responsibility. So let's move on to the Nigerian prince scammer who was
All
caught.
right.
So yeah, if you've gotten those emails, and I'm sure in the early days we all did, and now we've got spam blockers, but you know, they send those emails saying you've won a lottery, and if you we'll send you a check, and blah 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 blah. It turns out to be a bogus check, but by that time you've already sent them money to whatever. One of those guys was caught, and so I thought that was really kind of cool that after like I don't know how long has this been going on, since the dawn of the internet 20 years ago.
Well, yeah,
They
these
finally
guys hit
caught a
everybody.
Nigerian prince.
And it was done with help from the Nigerian scam department or something like that. I'm like, that sounds like one of those oxymorons, like military intelligence, something that really doesn't. Yeah, anti-scam department in Nigeria.
Right.
Yeah, really. Oh yeah. It's over there. Yeah, that department.
That's funny.
Right. It's one guy with a moped.
So the other internet fail that I thought was great is we have the Internet of Things now. So your refrigerator talks to the manufacturer and your car talks to the manufacturer. Well, apparently your sex toys also talk to the manufacturer, and they're sending them data. So there's a sex toy that sends, it like records.
I'm wearing it now.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. It's called the WeVibe 4 Plus. So I had to look this up on the internet, and it's made by Standard Innovations Corporation.
Not on the box you had underneath the bed, right?
Right. So it sends the temperature, its vibration level, and all of this back to the manufacturer.
Usage, how long it's been in use.
Yeah. And so it's like, come on. Isn't that a certain level of creepy?
Only if they make it public. Only if they make your specific one public. I mean, Pornhub and things like that, they tell us all the time what we like when we go on their site. Men like this, women like this, this is ranked and everything like that. It doesn't hurt anybody that saw it, but it also can tell them that if they ship out further boxes, you go, here's some rhythms that customers have liked. Try 2, 6, 6, 2, and then back to 3.
Oh, geez.
It's gonna almost be like on the games. Everybody knows ABA with the slide C gets you the double punch. They're gonna have something like that. If you want this orgasm, punch in code 357.
Oh, cheat codes for your sex toy. I like that. So the gamers are gonna be all into that.
And if somebody says, "Hey, this is the setting I use," just think that I'm using the same setting as Kim Kardashian does.
Well, I think these are sex toys for men. Maybe they're sex toys for women, but yeah, pretty weird. I just thought it had a creep level there. I mean, Facebook and everybody, collects our data, and Google and Microsoft, and your car collects data, and your refrigerator and your smartphone, and obviously your PC is always logging cookies and whatever. And it's kind of like, can you imagine like if your vibrator gets malware? I mean, seriously, that is so crazy. But speaking of a creep level, I know that you had some LinkedIn stuff you wanted to talk about. You had a LinkedIn thing with some lady who thought somebody was creeping on her.
Yeah, well, yes, and unfortunately, let's see. I thought I had it up. I thought we had shared that page. I don't know where it is now. I think it's probably on. Oh, I know what it is. Because I put it on our main docs and not my doc. All right, so you got the main doc open. I can only have mine open. You have to open?
I do, but I don't have the link for it. But
no.
Well, let's talk about it anyway.
I did the page there. It should be the page. I just wanted to read it, and that's all it was about. So, but okay. So yes, again, we need to read. This is bad. All right, we're so bad. I have it in mind. I have it in your docs, but I don't have it. Do you see it says just LinkedIn on the doc?
Okay, I've actually got a different doc open. Let's move on because this is just like. Well,
all right.
We'll look for it later. You're supposed to be ready, Dave.
I am. I thought it was in there. All right.
It's not in there. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's move on to the fish fry thing because you had a fish fry rant.
Yes, well, a bit of one. I mean, again, I mean, everybody's got fish fries here in Wisconsin. You know, and everybody's got, it's like a pizza place. Everybody's, you know, you got a good pizza place. You got a good fish fry place. You got Fridays. You look out, you go out of town, I mean, out of the state, you don't have it, all right? And so you can get picky about fish fries because they're all over the place. But I want to tell you, the best one we've ever gone to is, and it's a plug, I hope they hear it and they can send me a coupon or something, but it's Allgauer's in the over by, you know where those big glass buildings are, the square cube, looks like Rubik's cubes, all mirrored on Good Hope and the highway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Hilton over there. I think it's a Garden Hilton. They actually have a nice restaurant in there. Yeah, and the fish fry is like $13. You get the cod, the walleye, or perch. You can choose any three of them. You can go back and forth between them. And you can not only get potato pancakes and fries as well. Now, I mean, I go into another place, I see the fish, it's all right.
Who doesn't love potato pancakes and French fries?
Well, yeah, and it's like I'm looking at the menu and it's for takeout, you know, potato pancake or fry. You can choice. And I said, so that she comes to me, I said, well, I'm having it here. Can I get the potato pancake here? No. But how do you do that? What? Okay, just tell them I'm leaving with it. Then bring it to me. You know what I mean? Well, how do you say no to me when I'm sitting there at?
Wait. Check this. You can get only the potato pancakes if you walk out the door.
Right.
Physically, you have to walk out.
It's only on the takeout. It's only on the takeout. Can't have them in. I don't know. See,
what?
It's little things like that. Or when you go to a place and it's all you can eat. And they have, you know, it's all you can eat, and they have the different kinds. And then they say, well, no, you can't. You're having the perch. You can't have the walleye. But it's the same price. Well, I know, but it's just different. You know, and that's why this Allgauer's, when we talk about the triangle, all right, when you talk about a triangle, the three things, you know, that I can do: good, fast, cheap. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Right. Good, fast, cheap. All right. You can have two sides. You can never have the good and fast. It won't be cheap. You can tape it good, but it won't be fast. You know, you can always get the two sides. You can never do all three sides. Conejitos and Allgauer's are two places. Conejitos is the taco place of all three sides. It has good, fast, and cheap. And Allgauer's has good, fast, and cheap as well. Two places that can satisfy the triangle of life.
Except you can't walk out the door, or you can't sit down.
I didn't go to that. I'm not going back to that place for fish, but they looked like they had a really good Monte Cristo. That was another place, so I might go back there just for Monte Cristo. Check that out. You know. There you go.
So yeah, I know you had some hip happenings that you knew were coming up. You wanna plug those?
Well, if you want to do the baby bar record store, that's one's yours, right?
Which one?
Did you you have the record store? Did you have like the Atomic Records coming back in?
They were gonna do a pop-up store, and I didn't have that up. On my, oh yeah, there it is. Sunday, August 14th. They're gonna double as a record store when Atomic Records owner Rich Menning sets up shop on the patio. If any of you remember Atomic Records, it was the place to go to get obscure pressings of really cool music. So that'll be this Sunday between noon and 4. So definitely go out there and visit the Bayview Bar and Sausage Emporium, and you will definitely get some music with your sausage.
You know that yeah. Usually it's the other way around, isn't it? You usually get some sausage with your music.
Dave.
All right, and more music that we've got, as always. Anybody you whiners out there that says never good music and cheap music, Waukesha Blues Fest is coming up August 12th and 13th, so watch for that. Watertown is Riverfest. That's August 11th through 14th. Barneville has a celebration of vintage and rare cars. I thought you might be interested in that when I came on that. Have you ever been to that? Do you know the 21st annual event at Botham Beers and Winery on August 14th?
That sounds really cool. I'm not a fan of the Lincolns. You said this year's focus is on Lincolns. Not a fan necessarily of the Lincolns, but we definitely love cars.
The Lincoln Continentals. I mean, come on.
No, I'm a sports car girl. So anything with open wheels or 2 doors, you'll definitely get my interest.
Luxury.
Sure. Well, not luxury. I mean, they just fast. I mean, we had a whole slew of RX-7s back in the day. They were definitely not expensive. They weren't even that fast. They were just really fun. So you can have a lot of fun in 4 wheels and on 2.
I just drove by. There's somebody's got one on their curb. It has to be an 82 to 87 Porsche 944, 79,000 miles. He's looking for $3,500 for it. I thought that's probably not that bad if it runs yet. Right?
It's a Porsche, so there's some issues with Porsches, but Porsche. Almost bought a Porsche earlier this month, but wound up with something different, which was really cool. But I digress.
All right, Seymour Burger Fest. Seymour Burger Fest coming up. Enjoy a burger in the birthplace in this festival in downtown Seymour, August 8th to 12th. The world's largest hamburger parade. There'll be a bun run, kids, and a burger eating contest and a giant ketchup slide.
At some point, we're gonna have to do my vegan rant, but we won't bust everybody's burger bubble to this time.
and then also coming up again October 8th, just pushing it forward a little bit. Carrie Elves is coming through. Our man from Pinch's Pride, as you wish.
Oh, geez.
As you wish. Of course, as much as he was a great character in there, he really wasn't the best character in there. I mean, I'll be prepared to die, inconceivable. You keep using that word. I do not think you know what it means. Have fun storming the castle.
Oh, geez. Well, I'm going to push something else. I don't know if there's tickets left, but TJ Miller is playing at, I believe it's the Pabst Theater on August 28th. He's the comedian who was Deadpool's bartender buddy, but he's also in Silicon Valley, and he's brilliant.
Yes, right.
Silicon Valley. Yep. He's brilliant. So that'll be Sunday, August 28th. Just, excited. I actually have tickets, so I will be reviewing that as well.
Great. Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome. And then for us, all the counterculture people, the last thing I've got on my list of things to mention is Friday Night Freak Show with WMSC. The show is returning to Times Cinema. It's Friday, August 19th. They're actually going to put Easy Rider on. So
interesting.
$5 only, and just look for WMSC for feature films. So $5 to see Easy Rider. A bunch of counterculture people. That's fine with me.
There you go. So I think that wraps it up. We will cover the LinkedIn thing when we're a little bit more prepared. It's only our 3rd show, so please.
Hey, guys, you're getting what you paid for so far. So
well, that's true, and it is only our 3rd show, so you guys have to grow with us and accept the warts and the scars and the.
We need a producer on the side for us, right?
Yeah, we definitely need a producer. Anybody want to volunteer as a producer? Let us know.
We'll pay you as much as we're getting.
Yeah, they get the exact same pay we're getting, so it's a pretty good pay scale. You get to be famous on the internet. That's pretty cool.
It can only go up from here.
Exactly. You start at the bottom and you move up. All right, so I would like to thank our listener. Well, we probably have more than one now, but we know that Dave's mom
she listened to one and started on another one. I don't know if Mom finished the second one.
Okay.
I'm going to see her this weekend. I'll see what she's.
Okay, cool. And my neighbor Pat's watching, so
Pat
we have 2 listeners.
Hi, Pat.
Hey, Pat. And so if you want to tell somebody about us, that'd be great. You'll double our audience.
Rob Shate's from Florida. Rob Shate's a friend of mine from Florida. He's going to try to spread the word down Florida for us now.
Yay. I'm sure Florida will love Milwaukee, especially the snowbirds. Yeah. So anyway, if you tell 2 people, they'll tell 2 people. That'll grow our audience. Thanks for sharing with everybody. Visit our Facebook page, Hip or Critical. Dave MoKE does all the moderation on that. He's taken the lead, and we're really happy when you guys interact with us.
There is a link to Facebook. Please, someone else come and join. I'd like to see we get some people here. Tell me what we can do, what you'd like to see on it. I can certainly turn down any opinions.
You're not supposed to be mean. I keep telling you that. No being mean. So we want everybody to interact. So definitely, you know, interact on our Facebook page. We do have a Google Plus page. We haven't been super active on that, but we have been promoting the shows. So, and that's one of the places you can watch it. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hip or Critical. Other than that, I think we are done for this week. Look for some mini rants or deep rants, as we're going to call them, coming up. Dave and I are
think that's where we'll put this thing, the LinkedIn thing.
We'll put the LinkedIn thing on a deep rant, and look for some of those coming up in the following weeks. They're going to be real short and sweet, and you guys can listen to us ramble on about absolutely nothing. And hope you all have a good weekend, and you as well, Dave.
All right, yeah, and we'll just sign off this time. I guess my peace out wasn't as good, so I'm gonna start stealing goodbyes. You know, so this one is now. Remember what's I think it was good night, Mr. Walters. Remember that? Remember that? And then sit Ubu, sit.
Oh, geez, you're old. All right, everybody. Peace out.
High five.
High five.
All right,